and Mundo. And Mundo.
There.
I don't know. I'm still waiting on a Quinn. To be honest, I think she's completely ridiculous in this.
Quinn is broken.
We have Catch. We were playing
Wait.
in the same game earlier today. Quinn is broken.
No. Like, yeah. But what I mean is in a 1v1 tournament, not in general. Yeah, no, I think she should be brought out in this 1v1 tournament because she's actually kind of ridiculous in lane. Like, yeah. I remember when Nunu was the favourite for 1v1 tournaments because his ability to just consume out-sustaining every champion in the game. But then they sort of changed him so he has to eat jungle camps to get the buffs. But yeah, Nunu used to be a proper pain in this game, mate. There's a few champions who I don't want to see. I don't want to see a Shen again. Wasn't such a big fan of a Shen.
Do not want to see Shen.
That
was yeah, that's all I got to say about it.
I guess Malphite could be okay, but I don't want to see anyone go full tank. Like the Nautilus, or like if someone goes Scion, they need to be going like full damage, not full tank.
Tank really doesn't seem to be working out in.
There isn't really a game plan when you pick tank because the objectives to win the game aren't sit there and tank damage and CC the opponent. They're kill the opponent, farm minions or kill towers. None of which tanks are good at.
Except in the Trundle Darius matchup, which we had yesterday, which was.
But even then, they both built like high damage.
Yeah, although it was kind of interesting that Tykes went for the chain vest, like went sort of for the Blade of Winky, but stuck a chain vest in there as well. I suppose if you were going ranged into a melee matchup, then maybe you would go tank because you can just.
Yeah, maybe if you're against a Caitlyn and you were a melee champ, maybe you have to go tank like the Shen kind of started to, but you're just gonna lose in that scenario. I feel like going full damage in that scenario and just hoping for the getting the engage and killing the squishy is probably better than going full tank.
As a squishy, like as a Caitlyn, I would have done. Again referencing the All-Star tournament that he did a while back. Oh, well, not a while back. It's like a couple of weeks back now. The Marta Cannon was basically building straight towards Steric's Gage versus Leona.
Because Leona
just so that if the Leona went all in, you got the health to back up the burst.
Yeah, and I think that's smart because if the Leona does this dive, kill you, and then dive to tower, she still wins. So
yeah, let's start.
Have some semblance of being able to survive the enemy's burst. Are we going into champ select?
Yeah, we're gonna start with the bans.
Oh yeah.
First ban. Just as Wobbly comes back.
We're gonna ban Wobbly Sausage from.
Yep. It's good first ban. So, generally a good ban to ban.
If Sunset is actually here.
Yes, of course.
I'm highly expecting either Kate ban or pick.
Yes, that is kind of expected at this point.
Again, look, just bringing my notes out in front of me. Caitlyn was 100% pick banned yesterday.
That's not too surprising. She's disgusting. The traps, I mean, we've seen her in Arabs, which is also like a one lane scenario, and as long as she's like in one lane, she's so strong.
Just being able to cover the entire lane with traps, you just can't advance past that line. And if you get that by the tower, you just basically it's almost game over as a.
And that's just like one thing that's strong about her. It's pretty much every part of her kit is like.
And to nobody's surprise, we see Caitlyn as the first ban.
Absolutely, Caitlyn being banned first.
Is whether
Renekton
ban.
Yeah,
to be fair,
he's a no lane.
Played a game. Mina Theory played a game earlier in a 5v5 game, and the Renekton just went huge, just absolutely just steamrolled the entire.
Wait, against you?
Entire game. Against it was a 5v5 game. And the Renekton just got ahead, like basically level 17, whilst the rest of our team was level 13.
When we see the Graves and the Gangplank.
Gangplank coming up again.
I think Sunset might ban out 380 carries here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Although Athari is not a 80 carry main. He plays mainly tanks, and I did actually talk to him last night, asking what he might pick, and he mentioned a couple of picks, which was
Galio!
Echo, Wukong, and Morgana. Wait, a Galio ban.
Galio!
Yes!
Galio,
We're seeing
though.
We're seeing a Galio ban. Now that is surprising.
So, I actually don't rate Galio's very early lane phase. His mana costs
Are way too high.
Way too high. And unless you can, unless it's a game mode where you can buy a Shadow's walking into lane, your lane phase are actually kind of pretty meh. Until you get the Shadow's, you're really, really, really one of the most mana-heavy champs in the game, and your damage output is really underwhelming. So actually, I'm not sure about the Galio ban.
But the Echo,
being Echo, which
appears again.
Very strange things. But Athari mentioned to me saying that he was thinking about playing Echo, which he seems to have done a complete 180 and banned it on himself.
Yeah, and this is also this.
Rather.
This is the second time we see Echo banned. We saw an Echo ban yesterday as well.
Well, this is the third Graves ban that's come up.
Yes.
So far.
So Graves has been banned in 75%. We have a Caitlyn at 75 ban rate as well. Gangplank 50%. And we're getting some thanks.
That we haven't had.
Yes. We're getting some thanks from the players and the officials for the casting team.
You add a new dynamic to the game. Yes, I certainly add something to the game.
Are we gonna start, or are we just gonna toot our own horns? Right, let's go.
The sooner you start, the sooner.
Well, we're waiting for them to start.
Delay where we're gonna then.
Or we're gonna fuck around for 3 minutes.
They forget that we got the 3 minutes to fill.
Yeah,
whilst the game. Whilst they actually watch the champion select. And are in no way, shape, or form talking nonsense. Yes, exactly that.
Now, how about we start so we don't have to talk more nonsense, so we can actually analyze the game.
We got interesting that we haven't had Malzahar, Fizz, Urgot, or LeBlanc, none of which were brought up or mentioned in the pick or the ban phase so far.
I mean, Fizz and Echo are basically the same champion in this.
Yeah,
they do very, very, very similar things.
And actually,
more Echo when he reaches level 6, though. That's the thing. Also, can we make sure that the people who are playing the game are not watching the stream? Because
I'm not sure how to do that.
Well, it's just make sure that just Athari and Sunset don't watch the stream and listening, because otherwise we might kind of give away what they're.
We're just kind of hoping for sportsmanship, I guess.
Sportsmanship, yeah.
Yeah, and the other part is we avoid talking about the picks until they've actually locked them in.
Yeah, and until someone's locked in, we don't talk about the other person's pick.
Yeah, and the important part is being able to stream Smite in a 1v1 in the mid lane doesn't really give you that much of an advantage, if any at all.
Wow. Well, guys, take a look at Discord quickly for what Tykes has said. GG casting crew stroking its own dick. I'm sorry, Tykes, but when they are as big as they are now, you do kind of have to give them attention every so often.
And we don't have anything better to do.
Swiftly. Yeah, we're just waiting on you guys. Is Sunset still here? Or
Sunset? Sunset?
the Metal Gear Solid reference.
Oh, that's an old reference now.
We're dropping the references to cover time already.
Yes, this is not going well.
Look, my 6 viewers is soon gonna go down to 3 if we don't start this damn game.
And Woobly again goes for the off the cuff insults.
Is that directed at the casting team or Sunset?
Or Ross.
Because last time it was directed at us.
I think it's directed at Sun this time. We've evaded the wrath of Wobbly Sausage's vile tongue.
And to those wondering, no, the caster desk is not biased in any way, shape, or form. Except to the casting desk.
I'm very biased.
Wobbly, I think you're an amazing person.
Yeah, I know. I can't get out of Sunny for some reason, so I presume that he's gone AFK.
Well,
I've actually got a way of messaging him.
Perry actually said he was at the loo, so...
Just waiting.
Well, he's back.
That's a really long P. Oh, he's back. Just as I said that.
Right, okay.
Let's get into this.
So we can fill for 3 minutes.
Yes! These 3 minutes are going to be interesting. Right.
That's the best 3 minutes.
Finally into pick from, well, I say bands, it's just picks.
Essentially, those 3 minutes are decide who's going to win the game and be right 100% of the time so far.
Yeah, that's very true, actually.
No, actually, we weren't completely sure about the second game yesterday.
Darius Randall?
Yeah.
I just want to throw out there. I called it. I called it on a certain person. I feel I shouldn't feel as smug as I am. It's kind of like he is kind of a.
I think to avoid stream sniping, we could add a rule where they have to lock in within the first 10 seconds, or they have to lock in like they don't lock in. They just let it time out and let it pick for them.
Yeah, either way.
Either of those two rules, it means stream sniping is impossible.
Yeah. In the meantime, let's have a talk about the side lanes. We got a.
No. We can't do that. We can't do that either.
Oh yeah, we can't do that.
Oh, it's a change. He's changed it.
No, we have a buff lock-in.
This is awkward. It's like talk about the picks, but don't. Oh, we have them both lock in. Okay.
Yes, we have both.
So a theory has gone for the Wukong, which again he did mention to me last night about things he was thinking about playing.
I
Wukong's obviously known
recently
as a
saw
very-
Thunderlord's Decree Wukong, who E'd in, auto-queued, and basically one-shot someone at level 6. But he wasn't even level 6, sorry, it was before that. It was absolutely disgusting. So, maybe he's going for that kind of...
He's got a lot of free harass. Very early, like level 2, your harass is just even level 1. It's sort of broken, but that's more against melee top laners.
The
So
thing
it's gonna be
Wukong
interesting to
doesn't
see-
have is any form of wave clear.
Yeah,
whatsoever.
and he's up against a Sivir. That's a very key point. It looks like Sunset is
So
actually
it's like-
going...
Yeah.
Sunset looks like it's more going for the CS tower push angle, while a Fairy goes for
And that's
the
fine, we're
kill.
not going to call him a pussy
to-
for it.
well,
That's a
to be fair-
valid tactic.
To be fair, like it does put a melee, laner under a lot of pressure, especially
Yes.
if you can hard shove them under tower.
Definitely.
And the only way Wukong can wave clear is by spamming his E and W.
But
both.
Wukong's not necessarily looking to wave clear. He's looking to farm up a bit, get a Caulfield's Warhammer or some kind of...
He's probably just, to be honest, looking for levels because
Yeah.
Yeah, levels and
Right.
maybe one item. Or I doubt he'll go Doran's Blade, so I think he'll go for one item, maybe an arm pen item,
No,
and then just look to all in instantly.
yeah, but that's gonna cost a lot of gold. We have to remember.
Not a finished item. There's the item that I can't remember the name of that builds into Yumi's.
oh Dirk.
Yes,
The serrated Dirk?
Serrated Dirk.
Yes.
Yes, that
So
could
you might
be.
go for that, and then try an all in.
Yeah,
Still,
that's a very much a
1,100
possibility.
gold.
That's not very much.
It is when you're being, if you're being shoved in and struggling to CS.
Yes,
though.
definitely. And we
That's
have to.
my only worry.
Yes, definitely.
And if you think about it, general laning premise, BF sword is about 1,300. That's about 40 CS mark.
Yes.
So you'll be going back a little bit earlier than that. So
So
although
the-
you can go back, thing is you can't afford to go back at several points and get long swords because Civ is just going to keep shoving into the tower all day.
And just at
day,
that point,
every day.
you're not gonna have a tower, and you're gonna lose on towers.
He also this all in when he does decide to pull the trigger, I think he'll keep trying to sort of go in because he can't really be punished too hard by a Sivir. She doesn't have any CC, so she can't punish too much. But I think he'll keep trying to do small all-ins until he gets the levels and the item to really go for it. But when he really goes for it, if Sunset has saved his summoner spells and his spell shield, it's actually going to be hard for Wukong, even with the items and the levels, to actually all-in and essentially one-shot her to completely kill her.
Yes.
One question: does Sivir's spell shield block the
Wukong Q?
The Q, yes.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Yes,
In which
it does.
case, that will massively change up. That'll reduce a lot of Wukong's
Yes.
damage because he relies on his Qs for
However,
the armor.
the armor pen still goes through,
So the armor pen goes through, but the damage.
but the
doesn't.
damage does not.
That's.
Welcome to League of Legends. Yeah.
I would have thought it would be the other way around. Like, the damage.
So
would
the
go
armor
through,
pen still
but
happens because a hit was still, or a spell was still cast and the hit was detected, but the damage is blocked by the spell shield.
Which
I
is
happen to know that it works that way.
This falls back to the spaghetti code of League of Legends.
The stream is blank.
Which one?
Catch.
Well,
I'm watching it. It's not blank.
it's blank. Catch.
What?
Apparently it's
Not on
blank.
my screen.
No, it's fine. They're both fine.
Anyway,
Anyway,
It was probably trying to load. It was
it
probably
only went
loading
black
it.
when it was loading the loading screen.
yeah, I hope it was black.
You gotta load a loading screen. The whole
Yeah.
concept of loading a loading screen always seems a bit humorous to me.
Yes.
You should play GTA, which is basically Grand Theft loading screen.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, it's the worst.
I didn't get very far in that game, mainly because I got bored of the loadings. It's like you do a bit, you kind of swap characters. Right, I'm gonna go make a cup of tea. Come back with a cup of tea. Right, let's do the next mission.
Yeah, I pretty much
Oh, in the loading
exclusively
screen.
played online, and just to get into an online session takes 5 minutes, and it's like, this is just silly.
Yes, that is silly. But we're heading into
Go away,
game.
Watch. No. What you do is you go away, watch someone else doing a let's play in GTA 5, and then come back and play what they just did in the let's play. That's
Yes, but
that's
now,
how you do it.
now, how about we analyze the side lanes? We noticed that, unlike yesterday, they all have teleports.
Yeah, it's.
I'm interested by the double smite on.
I think the teleport smite pickup is the best, as it does offer the strongest lane presence against the minions, because obviously you can smite the big cannons if they get to your tower, and you can teleport back to keep up the lane pressure. So I think if you're strictly saying it's PvE, I think this teleport smite might be the way to go in order to control these lanes.
It's great objective control of objectives you can't take as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, they're definitely not going to lose a dragon this game. That's for sure. I can say that with 100%.
Oh, the teleport was already in use from Teemo to get to lane fast to set up a nice ambush for the misfortune.
That's it. Wobbly Sausage is looking, hoping the Gat will walk into the bush unawares and
And
walk into a Teemo.
he's taken the Q first. A bold move. It's bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. Oh god, the dodgeball reference.
Now,
So, sticking to mid lane.
yes, sticking to the relevant bits. We got Wukong starting with
Wukong and Sivir have not skilled a point yet, although Sivir has enough base, so...
Sivir hasn't bought anything. Has he gone? Has Sunset gone for a second P break?
No, he
Have
did
the
pick.
nerves set in.
He did pick up cloth armor, but sold it again. So he might not be certain.
And then
of...
went for a pre-break. Okay, so he's not quite sure what the guide he's reading is telling him. There we go. Okay, so he's settled... He's gone to the Wukong page of the guide, and it's told him to buy health pots. And,
Because every AD carry, the LoL King guide has the well-known Wukong matchup.
Neither has actually skilled a point yet. So both
that's-
saving their skills until they
That's
get
always
into lane.
a good. Oh no!
I mean, obviously, neither of them quite knowing who they're laned against, and therefore waiting until they find out to actually skill point.
Well, Sunset has now actually skilled his Q, the Boomerang Blade, which will help with shoving.
And
Which
Aetheri's
is-
actually skilled the E.
Which is actually quite.
Will also, wow,
Which is actually quite surprising by Sunset, given that he generally would get.
Sunset's gone Bandit. Sunset's gone Bandit in the Masteries. Because he
Yes.
just got 3 gold for hitting Aetheri.
Yes.
Yeah, he would have gone for Thunderlord's Decree and on the way gone for Bandit instead of
No.
Dangerous Game.
Dangerous Game.
Because there's no point having Dangerous Game because if you kill someone, you win anyway.
Yes.
However, Bandit is actually the smart choice there.
In comparison, Aetheri's gone for Grasp of the Undying, but
Yes.
he's not going to get much use out of it because he can't get in range to
But-
hit Sunset.
But surprisingly, Sunset has gone for Deathfire Touch.
Well, he's ranged, so he can whittle down the Wukong over
Yes,
and over again
but,
with auto attacks.
as we
think
saw-
about it,
Yeah, but as we
Your,
saw during the Caitlyn Shen game yesterday, what was it? What's the other one called? Not
Thunderlords?
no, not Thunderlords. The one
Ooh,
giving
blocking
you
the Q there.
further battle.
Fervor Battle.
Yeah, the thing is, Ricochet will bounce onto Aetheri and repeatedly proc it.
Yes.
So it's actually quite a clever pickup for Severe because you can constantly reapply your.
Ooh,
He's really needing that CS.
Aetheri's greeding for the CS.
So greedy! Has no barrier, and if Sunset had taken Ignite instead of barrier, that would have been a dead Wukong. Actually.
And this might be how the game is going to look for the rest again. And what is the minion doing?
Well, you know, pathing in 523 is well known for really confusing.
Yes, definitely.
Sunset's going to go back.
And Wukong's only chance to engage here is going to be when he's just returned to lane and is still full health and mana, because as we saw, Sunset's damage on Wukong was absolutely out of this world and actually pushed the Wukong out of lane very, very quickly.
Yeah.
He did manage to get a bunch of CS after being low on health, but not really enough, and it really, really went one-sided to the Sivir.
Yes,
He's
and
gone for a Sapphire Crystal.
yeah,
as well.
surprisingly, he Aetheri.
He's going for the Sheen, obviously.
He's going for the Sheen, yeah.
But this does not give him any presence in the lane at all. While Sunset picked up a Cloth Armor, giving him more presence in the lane, not having to worry as much about what Wukong is doing to her.
Well, he started off with the Cloth Armor, and he's now actually gone Doran's Blade for the extra sustain in lane.
Oh yeah,
and he's still
that's my
sitting
bad.
on- Is that 3 of the biscuits? I can't actually see the number.
Yes, that's
because
3
it's-
biscuits.
So he's still got. He only used one of them in lane anyway, I think. By the looks of things.
Yep. Oh, that's a mistake.
Oh, and takes the Q and autos, and
Luckily,
got harassed by Sunset.
luckily he dodges out of the second portion of the queue. That could have been devastating.
Actually, if Sunset had known this matchup better, it might be more well, it's definitely more advisable to take Ignite, really. We see the pressure he can put down, and just lacking slightly some kill pressure. And this barrier has not helped him so far. It will help
the
him when
barrier's actually
Wukong
quite a clever
does go all in.
It's a much better pickup than the heal. Because it negates.
Oh, that's massive aggression from
Ignite
Aetheri.
does not reduce the amount that you get from a barrier.
Oh!
Aetheri cannot afford to stick around. One more Q.
If he takes one more Q, yeah.
He has to recall, and he
Over
does.
Sunset, though. Sunset just reached level 6 and does have ultimate. Can't really use that ultimate very well in a 1v1 matchup, but
However,
it's a bit of a ghost.
The passive.
The
that's
passive
true. He does
component
gain
is,
attack speed while using Ricochet.
and importantly, this helps him to stutter step out of range from the Wukong.
And he's managed to get a third of the damage onto that tower already, and that's not really surprising anyone. Range versus melee, when the melee has no way of all-inning the range, it's always going to go this way, where constant tower pressure.
That's half the tower gone.
He's got it to a half now, yeah.
And
Aetheri's
Aetheri,
gone for the boots instead
once
of,
again-
like, saving up for a Sheen.
yeah, once again, no effective combat stats for Aetheri. Oh!
just misses out on the very last second to cancel the.
He didn't have enough gold to fully finish his Sheen when he based, so let's go for the boots instead, and that's not
that
as
pick
good.
up for Sunset, picking up the ninja tabi.
And then ulting back to lane to get back to lane even faster. He's gonna miss almost no CS here. Well, apart from he's picked up. Well, apart from that last one, but you got the entire experience from that wave as well.
Yeah, props to Sunset's Mobile guide. It's a very smart way to play against this Wukong, and it's going to be very, very difficult.
Oh, double proc. Although the damage is starting to drop off now.
The way through. Yeah, it went all the way through the minions though before it hit both times.
Oh, that's a good block.
Using his spell shield too early there and blocking the E instead of the Q, so it does take full Q damage, but actually with the Ninja Tabi it's not that much anyway.
And he's just going to get the free harass back down onto Theory either way. Speaking of CSing, the Theory's actually keeping up reasonably well, being in a
he's actually caught up.
Matchup.
He's actually caught up now.
Yeah, Sunset was really far ahead at one point, and now there's 15 in it, which is still a sizable chunk though. 15 is still going to put Wukong at some point in the pressure zone where he has to start making plays to catch up, and otherwise Sunset
is
like this for another 5
Sunset
minutes
is starting to lose
CS.
ground now. We see Sunset is starting to lose ground, not being able to push Wukong into the tower laner.
However, Wukong has burned through the majority of his mana pool to do all this harass, and Sunset's just been sustaining it back up through his Dawn Blade. I presume since he's gone Deathfire Touch, I can't see, has he got any? No, he's must have gone 3% lifesteal or 2% lifesteal in Mastery, so he has got slightly more sustain through that.
One thing we haven't touched on really in any of these games, Reagan, you having played in this tournament, what's the pressure like as a player? Do you feel like you played slightly worse than you normally would going into it as the pressure got to you?
I would say that this kind of depends on the individual playing. I feel pressure. I like the pressure. I like being under pressure. So I play at my peak. Although some players might feel the pressure getting to them because, specifically with this 1v1, the intensity of one mistake can cost you the match, can cost you the tournament. That's always in the back of your mind. That's not something you always gotta respect.
Theory's sticking around despite actually having no mana for this wave. But again, this is just turning into a farm fest. There isn't really much going on. Sunset wastes the spell shield, mind.
But Aetheri does not have the mana to. Aetheri does not have the mana to take advantage of it.
Yeah, both players running out of mana. Sunset obviously has the slightly better mana regen with his spell shield being able to give him a chunk of mana back every time he manages to use it properly. But
we gotta have to look at the tower now.
Can he get the tower? He would not be able to get the tower on this wave. Though.
No, not this wave. But it's getting close.
But it is getting close. Sunset really needs to go back because Theory's coming back to lane with the Sheen and a longsword.
Yeah, and there is pressure now on the Wukong to make a play because that tower itself. So Sunset should know that Aetheri is looking to all in him at this point or never, and should definitely base just to. He's not in any pressure of losing his tower or losing the minions, so he may as well base, get a damage item, get his mana back up to full, and play it safe.
Yes.
Which is exactly what he's doing. And when he comes back to lane, his flash will be back up as it's just come off cooldown right now.
Yes.
So he's going to come back to lane with both summoners.
And he picks up a Vamp Scepter. He is fully going for the tower / CS win. Sunset is not looking to take a lethal victory here.
So this is day 2 of the International Farming Simulator.
In comparison to your shopping simulator when you're playing a movie, yes.
Yes, and Sunset using his ult as the sort of jump on a tractor move, get back to lane faster, plough the fields, and farm up some gold. And he's 3/4 of the way there now, and Aetheri's just over half, and it's a big lead for Sunset.
Oh,
the ult actually doesn't really do. I love how we all went and nothing really happened. Although this is
Yeah, the majority of that ult getting blocked by barrier there, and
Yeah,
barrier doing a surprising amount of work.
yeah. Well,
barrier is. I always like barrier pickup in these sort of 1v1 matchups because.
oh!
This is gonna go down.
We have our first blood.
Sunset with the disrespect on the weekend.
Oh, the disrespects. The BM.
Was he twerking on the Wukong corpse there?
Yes, he was. Well done, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, it was interesting because again, talking like as I was talking to Atheri and Wobbly last night. Wobbly actually told Theory to be careful of Sunset and Sunset's pocket picks, and the fact he's actually quite good. So
Yes, and now we're gonna get to our second game.
Truly respected.
Again, Sunset has played this game almost as long as I have, and he has experience on just about everything, so very easy to underestimate a player like that and their versatility.
And we're now getting to...
I always have this sort of image of Sunset being like one of those really calm players as well.
Yes, and we're now heading into the winner's game of Group A between Matthias and Astartes Hoodclaw. Now, we saw completely different strategies from these players yesterday.
Yeah, Catch, you got an invite, haven't you? Good.
Yes.
Still checking. I was like, who's missing from the game apart from the people who need to be in the game?
Sunset's requesting an interview, but I'm gonna have to politely decline.
Well, Sunset's wanting an interview. we could bring him in here.
Yeah, we can bring you in.
Interview him.
Okay.
Let's bring him in. Right, I need to move him. Alright.
What?
So Sunset, how long did you spend?
Whoa, I need to
that
mute him
Overfire
first.
guide? Wait, he's still muted.
Why is he muted? Why isn't this working? Maybe I don't have privileges. Can we
No,
just, like, break
he's
the control?
unmuted. I think he's muted himself.
Sunset, you need to unmute yourself. No? Or can you not?
Alright, great interview. Thanks for that, Sunset. And now we're moving on to our next.
No, here he is.
Hold
There
on,
we go.
hold on, yo. This piece of shit program said I had to like get pushed to talk. There we go. Hey,
Hey, Sunset.
so where's my interview?
Here,
What
this
was
is your
the
interview.
idea behind the Sivir pick?
I just pressed random.
You can't be
Are you
serious.
actually being 100% serious? Are you actually being 100% serious here?
I pressed random. Gatsim was like, yeah, I can go with this one.
So the brilliant strategy here was...
Yes.
Let's break this brilliant strategy down. Press random. Is this something that is not completely dog shit? Yes. Then we're going with it. How close is this to the correct?
This might be my favorite interview ever.
Yo, you guys know I don't play this game anymore. So who the fuck do I know is good? I was like, yeah, I can go Caitlyn. Oh shit, it's banned. Renekton. Oh shit, it's banned. What the fuck can I play? Can't play Udyr mid lane.
Oh, yeah, I suppose you could. With,
You
like,
could.
I've got no words. I don't have a way to interview this anymore.
This
I
is...
thought you had gone on Mobifire, typed in 1v1 guide, and just used that.
I did Google like 1v1 wave clear champions. It said like Anivia, Annie, Lissandra. I was like, nah, fuck those.
It's not fuck those and then random anyway.
Yes.
What would you have done to do? What would you have done if you had, like random Anivia or something?
I would have like it doesn't lock you in, so I could press random again and again and again.
So who do we have in our next match?
We have Astartes
Hoodclaw and Matthias.
This is the winner match from yesterday.
Yeah, with Matthias picking the Malzahar and Astartes picking Darius.
Yes.
Which, obviously, if they pick the same champions, which they won't, Matthias would absolutely destroy Darius.
Yes.
You'd think.
I very
like the
doubt
crazy
Darius'
outplays may
ability
happen.
to beat a Malzahar. But, I don't think they will, and hopefully we'll see a more interesting game than last game, because honestly that farming simulator kind of sent me to sleep.
Right, let's
Okay,
move the others
with the
out.
interview over, let's move everyone out.
Cool, done. So moving on to bans. Ban 1, unsurprisingly, Caitlyn.
Ban 2,
Still only
LeBlanc.
one game that he's gone through. LeBlanc was also banned twice yesterday, again also by actually no, yesterday he was banned by Tykes in the Astartes Tykes game. But obviously it looks like he Astartes agreed with that being a decent ban and removing it himself.
Yeah, we're seeing
We have
Brand and Fiora banned.
and Fiora. Well, Fiora is known as the Grand Duelist, but I wouldn't really put her
I think
down
this
in
is the first time we've seen a Syndra banned this
Yes.
this tournament.
And Graves shows up again.
Well, it's the first Fiora ban and first Syndra ban.
Yes.
Looking at my list.
But we see Caitlyn, recurring ban, LeBlanc, and Graves.
Graves again, like Graves has been banned only. He's been banned out of 5 games now. No, 4 out of
5
games.
Yep.
So there are 2 ways of making sure you don't get counterpicked in this game. It's either ban 3 of the counterpicks against you, which not many people seem to be doing, or pick a champion that doesn't have any or many counterpicks. Which again is the style people seem to be going for, rather than picking counterable champions and banning the counters to them. People tend to be banning the OPs and picking uncountable champions instead.
The thing is, like, most of the time when you think about counterpicks, you think counterpicks in the lane that you normally expect the champion, not counterpick versus every single 100 and...
There's still some really classic ones. For example, if you intend to pick Yasuo, you can ban the Syndra. Wait, no, sorry. If you intend to pick Syndra, you can ban the Yasuo, you can ban the Fizz, and then you're probably roughly fine. Anyone else you can kind of deal with somewhat. But if you ban the Yasuo and the Fizz and pick Syndra, you're going to have very, very few counterpicks left in the game against you.
Yes.
I mean, it is obviously blind picks, so they're not going to counterpick you most of the time, but there's still that chance. So reducing that chance is really important.
So we
people instead opting more for uncountable champions.
Yes. And we see in the side lanes, we see Graves being hovered.
Well, he is banned, so unsurprisingly that he's picked up in the side lane.
Well, we see our first Graves looking.
We're seeing a hover from Matthias. I'm not going to say what the champion is, but we're seeing a hover from Matthias. But Starters has yet to hover. Okay, I'm saying that he's now actually hovering a champion.
Both of the champions which these people picked yesterday have gone unbanned.
Yeah,
they have both locked in.
Yes, which
So
is interesting.
It's gone back to the repeat of the
Malzahar. Yeah.
Well, you know, it's one of those things. Just rinse and repeat. If it worked the first time,
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Again. Exactly. Counter side, we've got Tristana locked in.
Yeah.
It's kind
of unusual.
You just
She's more of a scaling. However, he's probably banking on being able to keep the lane pushed hard enough so that Matthias has to
put his E on the tower.
Yeah, and just go for the tower win. Because that is something
Which is going to be hard against them.
It's going to be hard against them.
Against the Malzahar.
Yes. He's going to have to rely on Malzahar running out of mana, which is difficult.
So if you know you're against a mage or a ranged champion in general, someone like Misfortune is going to have a much better lane presence than Tristana. However, if you pick the Tristana and the enemy picks pretty much any melee in the game, you basically get a free win. So you're banking somewhat on the enemy picking a melee, and if they don't, Tristana's not the worst. She's not going to completely fail at doing anything against any ranged champion, but she is kind of a free win against any melee just because of the tower pressure and the lane push that she offers.
The Ignite pickup, though, is rather strange because you definitely have to W in to be able to make use of it.
Could be an AP Tristana.
Yes, and I have some inside information. He is known for being aggressive, overly so at times.
Let's have a look because I should be able. Can you LOL Nexus custom games?
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Okay, let's.
But
I can't spell Matthias' name, which doesn't help.
You can click on their profile in the league client and it won't kick you out of the spectate.
I was just more kind of curious as to what runes they're running.
Yeah, you can look though. You can look what runes.
Yes.
So Tristana's running a rune page called Farming Simulator,
And it's attack
and
damage.
a mastery page called Zin.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
And it's straight attack damage.
Yeah, and he's no surprise he's actually running Fervor of Battle.
And Matthias is walking into lane with 30 AP from his runes, and going
Wow.
Deathfire Touch for his mastery. So his E is going to be doing so much even from the get-go. That's a lot of AP to walk into lane with. He's
Well,
practically got nothing else from his runes.
Against the Tristana, he's running armor as well, which kind of is a good play. He's gonna early lane. He's gonna be able to shove those minions in really easily.
Yes,
And,
very much so.
Hopefully counteract the Tristana's E from being able to push the wave.
Well, we're just gonna have to see how this matchup plays out. This is not a matchup we've seen yet.
The Tristana hasn't taken any attack speed in runes. It's gone flat attack damage. Where you see and with some cooldown reduction, whereas you see most I would expect no cooldown reduction but attack speed.
Yeah, well, he's probably banking on being able to use his explosive shot and rapid fire more instead, which could put him in a problem when it comes to mana.
Well, your Q doesn't actually cost any mana.
That is true.
Catch, you still here, buddy?
Yes, sorry.
Like, I was trying to look up, like, I thought, these are great questions that Catch can answer. And, like,
Deafening silence.
So my knowledge of Malzahar and Tristana is very lackluster, so maybe not.
okay, fair enough.
Fair enough.
I am disappointed by the fact that we haven't got a Dragon Trainer Tristana, because I thought that would play quite into his favour, because with that death animation, who's going to want to kill her? Because that thing's just too cute.
Yeah, and honestly, in every game I've played today, I've seen a Dragon Trainer Tristana, and pretty much people have just been playing her because of that skin.
That skin
It's,
is amazing.
It's Horsefire Ezreal all over again.
Yeah, except it actually is good.
Horsefire Ezreal was good when it came out.
And then everyone realised it was really actually not that great compared to the rest of the Ezreal skins.
It got dated very quickly.
It was released dated.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's like, it's weird, they could have released it and then like a couple of months later they kind of redid a lot of champions and made them look better, and then redid the entirety of Summoner's Rift.
Right, so we see
Probably again teleporting to top lane
Yes.
to get the lane advantage.
Yes, and we see
on
Astartes
Gap.
Hoodclaw running into with Doran's Blade and Pots, while Matthias continues with his Doran's Ring health total biscuits of rejuvenation. We got a ping spam in the mid lane.
He was taking sweeping lanes. Don't
Yes.
know why. Did he? Yes, he has spammed his Q in the fountain to stack
Yes.
up his passive, so his first Q will release a Voidling.
He's
Is it
really...
only Malzahar and Annie that do that? Can you think of another champion that stacks stuff in the spawn at level 1?
Sona.
Sona.
Ah, of course.
So Sona's the other one.
However,
I think that is it. Yeah.
yeah. However, I don't think either of those two are likely to be seen. And depending on how it goes, how this game goes, I don't think we're gonna be seeing Matthias on Malzahar anymore. To be honest. Because
Yeah, because if he's out, then you won't see him.
no,
Yes.
remember, regardless of
And
results.
if he wins, then people will ban Malzahar.
Actually, regardless of result today, both of these players have one more game tomorrow. The winners.
We have a losers bracket.
Yes.
Losers bracket?
We have a third place.
We both asked the same question in exactly the same voice.
We don't have our losers bracket. We have a third place match.
That's okay. Yeah.
But wait, we have already seen one Malzahar ban in the previous games.
It's a decent ban. Malzahar is such hard to deal with in lane due to his ease of lane pushing and the fact that he gets most of the CS when he does it.
Yes.
Morgana can sort of fill that void, but she actually misses a lot more CS with her W than Malzahar misses with his E.
Intentional pun with the Void champion here, or
No?
I think I think it was a very unintentional.
Oh, no, I completely missed that. I'm a genius.
It only took someone else to point out your genius.
Yes. Well, we're seeing.
What did you mean about the void pun? You're like, what? Silence from everyone.
I should have just flagged my way through that. But yeah, that was deliberate.
And we're seeing a slight CS advantage being built by a sort of Hood Claw.
I must admit, it is a lot easier to CS with Tristana.
Yes.
With your explosive shot than it is reliably
Plus,
getting CS.
He does get the minion kills if he does kill a Void Link. Plus, he has gone for the rune page called Farming Simulator. So I'd be a bit disappointed if he didn't get them.
Astartes being very clever and stepping back just as the last minion dies with Malefic Visions. Is it Malefic? How do you pronounce it? Is it Malefic? Malefic.
Or Space Aids.
Or Space Aids.
Yes. The colloquial term of Space Aids.
This is more colloquial. No, yeah.
Someone streamed Dark again.
Mine went dark at the start.
Let's have a refresh both of them quickly. Just got a message from someone saying that the
Yes.
stream's gone dark.
I'm not
I think
recording.
it was mine as we went into the game.
Yeah, mine still looks good. From my
yours
side.
fine.
Yeah.
But I fixed it. Oh, Triss jumping just to get one auto attack off. That's an okay thing to do, but you do use a lot of mana when you use that Triss jump, and if you're not landing it or all-inning or using it to escape, it's quite a large waste.
If that if that cooldown's down when Maffy gets 6, or when his ult is up, then the starter's gonna have to really watch out.
Well,
Maffy's still.
That's struggling with mana though.
Well, he's still got both biscuits, and that did a lot. The starter just ate the entirety of a full channeled E from Malzahar.
It was not only
Maffy,
he had a minion attacking the entire time onto Tristana, so
Maffy paid a bit more attention. He might have been able to flash engage, flash ignite.
I don't think even he thought that was going to do that much damage.
Well, Starters isn't running. He's just got the flat 30 magic resist. Hasn't got any more than that.
yeah, well, he still has a slight CS lead.
But if he has to go back,
He's gonna lose all that advantage. Oh, that's bad!
exactly.
The Malefic Visions timed out. He only got one minion kill with it. Oh!
that one.
Another one! That's gonna hurt his mana supplies.
There's hero minions walking away from each other.
But Maffy's going back to buy anyway. How much gold is he sitting on? He's sitting. They're both in fact are going back to buy. Oh,
so
no,
I imagine
he's
Math has
actually
just walked back to lane because he wants to get a needlessly large. Considering he's gone 30 AP in runes, I imagine his.
Oh, we got a BF sword insta pickup from Tristana.
So it will be BF sword versus needlessly large when these people come back into lane. So it could be a lot more explosive.
Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
most likely.
However, Maffy will also be coming back to lane with 6, and I feel like
Oh, actually,
the quad Doran's ring.
The Quadrador's ring, this will mean he will not run out of mana if he relies on his Malefic Visions. With the
But technically, all that together is the same.
45 ability power, 180 health, 150% mana regen, and every minion he kills gains 12 mana regen. Plus the other Thorin's ring he had before that purchase.
Yeah.
That's a huge pickup for the short term.
He's throwing the fairy charm in there for good measure, just for the XP.
Oh, that's a
He doesn't
mistake.
want to run out of mana. Queuing and then Eing.
Oh, that's beautiful by Sortis Hood Claudio.
Game just waiting for the wave to reset. If at this point Matthew could actually 100 to 0 started.
Yes, he should be able to.
And I do think Matthew's build makes quite a lot of sense considering both these champions are so squishy and building damage that the all-in and the kill is probably the likely way this game's going to go.
Yes.
And the quad Dorans is a better pickup than a Needlessly in that situation.
Oh, that was a mistake.
That's bad. That is bad. As a mouse
And it does half of Tristana's health!
That is a flash, ignite ult, and that's a dead Tristana.
So Math actually has 0 points into his W at the moment. So normally you would...
I can tell you for a fact, Matthew could have ended the game right there.
With just flash ult.
Flash ult and ignite, yeah.
Yeah,
I do it
How-
regularly as
That would be risky given that he would end up under tower.
I do it under tower all the time, and it works. Trust me. If you haven't got if the Startus doesn't instantly ult Matthew away, he's dead. And the Startus is actually sticking around. If he doesn't get to go back soon, he may be in trouble. If the Malefic Vision actually jumps to him,
He has to be careful now and
he has to stand so far back.
Just so he doesn't get eaten by the Malzahar.
That was a nice clear.
Pick up CS beautifully though.
And if we actually look at the numbers, he is approaching 100.
Matthew really needs to just all in.
Yeah, Matthias has to soon go all in, or he will not be able to take this game.
Yeah, he's not really getting any poke down, and Astata's not really using any of his mana, so it's not going to be a better time for him, Matthias to all in than like any of these seconds that are ticking past, because Tristan is just getting closer and closer, and he's going to be able to play safer and safer to get those last CS.
Yes, given Tristana's passive of just gaining more and more attack range.
We finally see the W skill.
Ooh, does miss a bunch of those minions. Still picks up a bunch.
Perfect time to ult.
Oh, that was a mistake.
Well, the Malefic Visions will transfer though. A flash ult here probably would spell Tristana's death, but does not go for it.
And he goes for it.
And we got a first blood.
And he will survive the ignite as well for good measure. Oh, Maffy, you were stressing me out there. Oh, it's like it's you know when you see someone else play your main, and you're like, go for the kill, and they walk away. You're like, no.
I mean, every time I see anyone play Soraka that isn't me, it just I hate watching them because they just do everything wrong. Yeah.
Well,
I think it's possibly one of the most stressful things to do is watch someone else play your main badly.
yes. Well, with this, my stream is going to end as I am taking part in the next game. I will leave this
All right.
to the rest of my casting crew. And with this.